So I bought a Stanley Cup a couple weeks ago and I just couldn't get over the color. So I went to Walmart and got some spray paint, a newspaper, and some sticky notes to make the cup look like I wanted it to instead of what Stanley wants it to. See, I just got a problem when someone decides what my stuff looks like. So I had to take it upon myself to make it look like how I wanted. First, I started sticking the notes on the top of the rim of the cup in order to cover up the stainless steel at the top so it wouldn't get paint on it. I wanted to make sure it was as close to perfect as possible because little stuff like that bothers me if like a small drop of paint gets somewhere it's not supposed to. Once I got all the notes to cover up the rim of the Stanley, I started spray painting the handle black. Now, my original plan for this cup was to spray paint the handle black, spray paint the body red, and then put my face on it, but it didn't turn out the way I planned it since it started dripping everywhere, getting on places it had no business getting on, and things of that nature. It looked bad, but then I put it on a piece of wood to dry, and it fell into the grass. And bad went to worse when the grass started sticking to the paint, so I just really decided to scrap that one. And I drove about 30 minutes away to get one that was fully black so I wouldn't have to paint the handle the color I wanted it. It just already came in the color I wanted it. So that was perfect. And off camera, I covered up the black handle with some newspaper so that none of the red paint got on the handle. And once again, I put the sticker notes on the stainless steel rim so that no red paint got there either. And this time I put some newspaper on the bottom where it says all that stuff about it being a Stanley and how it was ethically manufactured in China, so that we all know there's not 11-year-olds out there working for $4 an hour. Anyway, I painted it red and it actually turned out pretty good. There are a few spots where there was just too much paint and it dripped, but it's really not that noticeable. The paint job turned out about as expected, and this is really what I wanted it to look like whenever it was finished. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I let it dry while I was at work, and I brought it into my room, and now it's time to finish my masterpiece by taking the sticker notes off the top of the rim of the cup and revealing the aftermath, which looks excellent. So right here, I removed the newspaper from the bottom, and that looks pretty good as well. I didn't paint over the part where they said it's ethically manufactured in China. As I mentioned before, I covered that part up because it says Stanley. Now, a lot of people were saying, did you paint over where it says Stanley, like on the front? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to make my cup look like I want my cup to look like. I'm not going to let them decide what my cup looks like. And lastly, I removed the newspaper from the handle, and I really like that I didn't have to paint the handle on this one. When I painted the handle on the previous Stanley Cup, it felt kind of weird when I was holding it, like the texture was off. And I'm autistic, so it really did bother me. But yeah, overall the cup looks pretty good, and now all the hard work is done. All I have to do is put my face on it so that there is no confusion as to who this cup belongs to. Without this ghost face sticker, for reals, this cup would be just another red cup, but with the sticker, it is like the greatest Stanley Cup in the history of mankind.
Run so hard, I ain't got no time.